there are predators that do not hesitate to attack even their own kind. The king cobra is a rare snake species that specializes in hunting other snakes, including dangerously venomous ones. Meanwhile, giant pythons can swallow prey almost as large as their own bodies, using only constriction force and patience. A single bite, a single coil, and the situation quickly changes in unpredictable ways. Welcome to the terrifying moments when king cobras and pythons hunt and eat their own kind. King Cobra. The king cobra, the uncrowned king that dominates Asian forests. Not only do they hold the record as the world's longest venomous snake, with a length that can reach up to 5.5 meters, they also possess superior intelligence and a uniquely brutal predatory nature. Their scientific name carries a very extreme meaning. Snake eater. The most terrifying weapon of this king lies not in the toxicity of its venom, but in the massive amount of neurotoxin pumped out in a single bite, enough to take down an adult elephant or dozens of humans in just a few hours. King Cobra versus Cobra. The king cobra's scientific name, Ophiophagus hanna, is not an empty title. Their diet consists of nearly 100% other snake species. When confronting a regular cobra, the king cobra views it not just as a threat, but as a genuine, protein-rich meal. A regular cobra's most advanced weapons are neurotoxins and cytotoxins. However, the king cobra has evolved a special immunity mechanism in its blood, helping it resist most of the toxins from targeted cobra species. Unlike rat-hunting snakes that bite and release, the king cobra, when hunting venomous snakes, will hold its jaws tightly and continuously chew lightly to pump in a massive amount of neurotoxin. An amount of venom that could kill an adult human in a few dozen minutes cannot make the king cobra hesitate for even a single beat. The king cobra will then leisurely swallow its prey head first, turning a venomous assassin into a reserve energy source for itself. King Cobra versus Python. What law of survival is more brutal than a venom-blooded assassin confronting a giant with unmatched muscular strength? It often slithers to dodge the python's strikes and coils, then continuously attacks any position on the body to pump a large amount of venom initially. The king cobra's venom is not the most toxic in the world, but it is a top-tier weapon of mass destruction thanks to its maximum pump volume and multi-layered attack tactics. The toxin molecules actively attack the central nervous system head-on, blocking all control signals from the brain to the organs. At the same time, cardiotoxins begin to devastate heart muscle cells. They cause severe cardiac arrhythmias, leading to sudden cardiac arrest. Wherever the venom seeps in, it breaks down muscle connections, turning all efforts to struggle and constrict back into harmless twitches before the body becomes completely immobilized. As a specialist in eating other venomous snakes, the King Cobra is forced to possess state-of-the-art evolutionary mechanisms to protect itself. When forced into an offensive position or being squeezed to death, the true power of the king is then unleashed. When a python wraps its constriction coils around a prey's body, the massive compressive force immediately increases the pressure in the chest cavity and blood vessels. This constriction force is so strong that it completely stops blood circulation to the heart and brain. But it does not trouble the overwhelmingly venomous bearer. To avoid suffocation while swallowing large prey, the King Cobra actively pushes its glottis, made of hard cartilage, out of the edge of its mouth. Thanks to this backup snorkel, the King Cobra can still breathe fresh air normally, even when the python's body occupies all the space in its oral cavity. King Cobra versus snake. When confronting other snake species, the King Cobra always knows how to dominate the battle, thanks to its superior physical advantages and calculated predatory skills. Unlike other snake species that often strike fast and release, the King Cobra does the opposite. It attacks by continuously chewing on the prey's body or head to pump a large amount of venom into the victim's body. A single venom pump from a King Cobra can yield up to 700 milligrams, more than 20 times that of typical venomous snakes. Snake meat is a nutritional source with a biological structure most similar to the King Cobra's body. A high-quality meal can provide enough calories for this king to sustain life and energy for many consecutive weeks without expending effort to hunt further. Python. The python is the largest hunter in nature. They are over 5 meters long, with exceptional individuals reaching up to 7.6 meters. Lacking venom, pythons wrap around and suffocate their prey using muscles. The powerful constriction coil squeezes blood vessels tightly, causing the victim's heart to stop beating. Their massive bodies help them swallow large meals whole. The secret lies in the skull and the extremely flexible quadrate bone. The two lower jaws are connected by elastic ligaments, allowing the mouth to open wide. By alternately pulling the two jaws, the python slowly swallows the prey into its stomach. backward curving teeth embed tightly, keeping the meal from sliding out. Anaconda versus capybara. Deep in the Amazon rainforest, beneath the murky waters, lies a giant hunter weighing up to 250 kilograms. The anaconda is as thick as an adult human. Its hundreds of ribs form an incredibly strong constricting machine. Lacking venom, it only needs to wrap tightly to force its opponent's heart to stop beating. Under the shallow mud, the giant silently swims closer. At the same time, a herd of capybaras goes down to the bank for a refreshing bath. The anaconda does not need to hide. Its moss-colored patterned skin helps it camouflage and blend completely into the bottom silt layer. The water surface erupts as the anaconda lunges up. In a blink of an eye, the prey is captured and immobilized. The jaws, carrying hundreds of hook-like teeth, firmly embed into the capybara's neck. When eating, it uses its backward curving teeth to slide its two jaws forward to gradually envelop the entire carcass. The tip of the trachea is also pushed out just like a snorkel. Thanks to this feature, the anaconda can still breathe steadily, even though swallowing a giant meal takes many consecutive hours. Jboia versus rat. The jboia never swallows a live rat. It uses dozens of hook-like teeth to embed tightly into the rat's body and wraps several body coils, squeezing tightly to cut off the rat's blood vessels in less than 1 minute. The boa will use its tongue to continuously scan around the rat's carcass after releasing its constriction coils. It needs to find out where the rat's head is to begin swallowing. The jboia absolutely never swallows backwards from the tail because the rat's two hind legs and bristling fur would tear its throat apart. One side of the jaw embeds its teeth to hold the rat tightly. The other side loosens, pushes forward, and then sinks its teeth deeper to pull the rat backwards into the esophagus. The set of backward curving hook teeth leaves the rat with only one way in and no way out. Rattlesnake versus pig. Rattlesnakes possess top-tier cell-destroying venom, but in reality, pigs are one of the most reckless and brutal natural predators that terrify rattlesnakes. Pigs do not have toxin-immune blood like mongooses or king snakes. The ultimate weapon that helps them survive against rattlesnakes is the dense subcutaneous fat layer combined with super tough skin. Although the rattlesnake's fangs are long, when striking a pig's body, They usually only pierce through the skin and embed into the fat tissue. The pig feels almost nothing except a slight swelling like a mosquito bite. What you have just watched shows that in the world of predatory snakes, strength has never been the only factor deciding the outcome. When confronting their own kind, just a small deviation in timing or reflexes can make everything reverse completely. If you find this video fascinating, please hit like, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring many other dramatic wild moments. Thank you for watching until the end. See you again in the next video.